Hey, what it do, guys? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha, the God, and today we're talking about Gojo, Satoru, the Goat. But first of all, if you got Mega Curse Energy, top tier, JJK, and you know what I'm saying, if you top tier in the verse, like the real verse on some Gojo Arnold one, Sukuna Arnold one type shit, then you gotta smash that like, subscribe, and comment. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do something, bro. If you got the curse energy for it. But let's talk about Gojo and let's talk about Gojo's attitude. You know what I'm saying? I just watched episode 1 of season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen, and he's very cocky. He's like, why does the strong people gotta save the weak? And if you even read Zero, and you know, if you remember the whole this whole arc, the Star Plasma Vessel Saga arc, whatever you want to call it, or the Hidden Inventory arc, it's kind of insane how you see his attitude. You know what I'm saying? He's very, and even currently, he tells Urime that like you're weak. He tells Jogo that you're weak. He's constantly talking down to his opponents, right? Sukuna, on the other hand, apart from to Gojo, doesn't really talk down to his opponents. He called Jogo strong. And he also, you know, praised Ryu for surviving a slash, and said, you're stronger than I thought, and then slashed him a second time to finish him off. So I think that just showcases something about Gojo here. And I think at first it makes you think that kind of basically decides that Gojo's gonna die because his attitude and da 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 da. But I think it's actually a bit more complicated. I think that Gojo uses this as a defense mechanism. I think he needs to be like that for his sanity. You know what I'm saying? I think because he said it, he hates the current Jujutsu system. But he could kill everybody in it, but he decided not to. He could just be, I am stronger, so I can just be the one in charge. But he didn't do that, right? Maki killed the whole Zenin clan. Gojo wouldn't do that. And this is an important aspect of Gojo here. He doesn't, like, he's like, even during the Hidden Inventory arc, even despite him saying, why do we have to protect the weak, all of that jazz, he goes out of his way to make sure that she has a decent last day. And at the end of it, he's even uncertain if it's right that she died. You know what I'm saying? And there's a beauty about it because Gojo cares, but he doesn't want to showcase he cares. Even in this his current fight right now, spoiler alert, with Sukuna, I think I think he's annoyed that Sukuna hasn't brought up Maharaga, because I think he has some kind of method or way to try and save Megumi, because I don't see him killing Megumi. I think he loves Megumi way too much. And you know, he already had to kill Geto, which left a scar in him, and I think him having to also kill Megumi will do too much for him. So I think that's probably why he will die. I think it'll be a shame if he loses, only because he was gone for 3 years, off, you know, completely out of the story for 3 years, and he comes back and he, you know, and then he dies. Like, that's, you know what I mean? It kind of feels like a failure, because he did fail the inventory arc. So that means that, or the Star Plasma arc, whatever you want to call it, that means that he just failed every major mission. He technically also failed the Shibuya incident, although in both cases he basically failed because of him being too nice and not selfish enough. Despite all the spewing he says, all the things he says, Gojo is not that selfish. He actually cares about others. In Shibuya, if he just opened his domain and 100 people, whatever many people was there, die, he would have absolutely dominated and cakewalked everybody and won that. And there would be no Sukuna coming back. There would be no whatever. And even Sukuna got 20 fingers in Megumi, in Yuji's body. As we can see in this fight, Gojo probably wins. And I think that's kind of the issue here. Right now, I think Gojo, again, with the purple, I don't think he's aiming to kill. Obviously he is, but he isn't. Do you know what I mean? I think he's aiming to kill just Sukuna, so I think he's trying to only attack Sukuna's soul. Like Sukuna, after coming out of the third domain expansion, still seems to be injured. He still has like bruise marks on his face. Gojo has nothing on him apart from obviously at the end of the chapter when his nose bleeds, and that could be, you know, his reverse curse energy could be dying. It could be Maharga. It could be so many different things, and that's kind of the beauty of Jujutsu Kaisen, the way it's written. Those many possibilities for a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Even when that chapter ended with Gojo's neck being slashed. Now, if you notice, there's a trend of Gojo being at the back foot at the end of almost every chapter. I think it's only been like, it's like, okay, the first chapter, Gojo was on top. Second chapter, Sukuna was on top. Third chapter, Gojo was on top. Do you know what I'm saying? If you think about it, like Gojo's on top, Sukuna's on top. Gojo's on top, Sukuna's on top. One of them is always looks like they might be over. Mainly Gojo, because nobody's really worried about Sukuna dying here. But everybody's worried about Gojo dying. And I think that kind of level of anticipation and just not anxiety, but like what you call it? I can't think of the word right now, but you know what I mean. Like that level, like to make people care this much, I think it just showcases how well Gege wrote these two characters. Because Gojo gives us hope while Sukuna takes it all away. And like I explained before, I think that the easiest outcome for Gege would be for both of them to draw. But I don't know if Gege is Mr. Easy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he did take the easy way out route by having Gojo sealed for the past 3 years of us reading, but 19 days in their world. And then Gojo had a whole month to prep. Now, his team is freaking useless because they do not tell him any information about Sukuna at all. They didn't say that, oh, he learns everything just from a glance. They didn't say nothing at all, right? And that's kind of an issue here because it's not helping Gojo at all. He's literally fighting an uphill battle because Sukuna has every information possible on Gojo, and Gojo has like zero information on Sukuna. It's kind of unfair, but I hope Gojo, even if he loses or dies or whatever, that he showcases that he is the strongest. I really want him because I feel like he deserves it. He hasn't had a very successful life. You know what I'm saying? Single-handedly saving and protecting the world for quite a long time. The whole world has always relied on Gojo since he was born, basically. You know what I'm saying? Gojo was the pinnacle. He was already seen that he has to do everything. You know what I'm saying? Every villain aims at him. Everything is about him. Even right now, Sukuna wants to get rid of him. That was his promise. He was like, you're the first person I kill when I restore all my powers. But Gojo still says, I will win. Because he needs it to stay sane. He needs it to cope with whatever else happens around him. It wasn't because of Gojo. It was because everybody else was weak. But we all know that Gojo doesn't think one person can save everybody. Yet he'll try and try and try despite his failures. And I think you can interpret that in so many different ways, but I view it as affliction. Gojo is afflicted. He believes in the strong, but he doesn't want to let go of the weak. Anyways, been your boy Supreme Cheer to God. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.